Get out of here, you scammer! You will let you follow! I will let you follow! What? Get out of here! You're gone. Bye. Good riddance.
I got the cash in the bag, stadium packed. Born a rock star in this life, gon' live it up on the attack. Baby, I'm bad, I just wanna get caught up in this life. I'm crazy, I'm mad, doing no cap. Only God wants you, better go live it up. Cash in the bag, stadium packed. Baby, I'm bad, baby, I'm bad.
Well, hello, everybody. Hello. Welcome to Tater Time Tuesday, but not Tater Time Tuesday. Just kidding. We usually do Tater Time Tuesday, obviously, for the first stream of every Tuesday. But, guys, this is the second, and by golly, this might be the new time slot for good old Hunt Showdown. We've only ever played this game Sunday. We downloaded it Sunday, tried it once. I have some wrist problems going on. I'm not actually currently wearing my brace, which I have right here that I probably need to slip on. But so anyway, guys, we can only play with the stuff we got going on for about 2-3 hours at a time max, and only so many hours total a day. Right now, we're looking to get that fixed as soon as we can, obviously, and we're making progress. We're making progress and trying to get things set up where, you know, that works a little better. But it's getting too hot. But anyway, so yeah, I actually have it. Boom, we got it ready to go. But yeah, so we are on some Hunt Showdown. I've only ever played it like 2 games. Only ever played like 2 games. I should be having a friend of mine join me who is teaching me the game here in a while at some point. But until then, y'all, we're just going to go ahead and go for something. I think this one right here is it. I think this is what the Battle Royale mode where you pick up guns and kind of go as you go. So I don't know if you lose the hunter or not when you die. Hold on. We're going to make sure. Well, hello, Killer Venom. How are you doing? Welcome. How are you today? Good to see you, brochacho. I am doing all right, trying out Hunt Showdown for the second time ever. So we're going to grab a brand new person. Probably this chick right here. And we're just going to go ahead and use her. Nope, I want to use her for crying out loud. We're gonna go ahead and get her set up. Good to hear. Good to hear. But yeah, we're gonna get her set up. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. So we're gonna get her kind of set up. You know, I don't know what I'm doing at all. I really don't know at all what I'm doing. I do know that the bomb launcher is one that we actually did quite enjoy the other time. But for now, I'm going to say we're going to try something new and see how it works. Maybe, hey, the hand crossbow is going to be a great secondary. Right now, we might do like the hunting bow or something, or a machete. Who knows? Maybe a crag, the label. I'm supposed to be pretty good. I don't know what the details are. Oh yeah, damage 135, drop range, recoil, reload speed. We're really just gonna have to grab one and go with it because I don't know what I'm doing. I have no idea. With like the gaunt should be here, right? Maybe a crossbow. Hey, we can try a crossbow out. We'll try a crossbow out. See how that works. And maybe something a little bit more stealthy. Maybe something a little bit more stealthy down here, like a good old one of these, and a good old one of these. Trying to remember. Spyglass, that might be handy. That'll be good for the stream at least, right? So let's see here. Consumables, ammo box. Probably gonna want to bring an ammo box. Some kind of antidote shot weak, I guess. I don't know. Try that. A med pit pack, regeneration, and I have no idea, y'all. I have no idea what I'm doing here. Let's go ahead and get her traits picked out. All right, what are her traits that we want? While using dark sight, loud sounds such as gunshot explosions are highlighted. Gunshot, yeah, we'll try that. Sure. All right, and then we'll see this. Have you ever played Showdown before, Kill a Venom? Have you ever played that? Necromancer, using dark sight, revive a down teammate from a distance. Yeah, we will. We'll do that with her for some other situation. We got 4 points left. Let's see what we can get. Receive a small adrenaline boost when entering critical health. Sure. We'll try that. Okay. All right. Got 3 more points. Let's see how many of these we can get. Diffuse explosions by interacting with them. Start stamina recover sooner. Yep, absolutely. We'll take that one. And then we got how many points left? 2. So we get one of these. While alive, reduce all fire damage and stop burn speed and stop time from escalating. Sprint at full speed for longer duration. We'll do the fire. And this is our new huntress. We're gonna take her on into combat. How do I pick her for crying out loud? Okay, I want to pick this one. Yeah, I want to pick this one. So why does it keep switching to him? Y'all, yeah, help me, y'all. Help me. What am I doing here? Okay, so I don't know how to really switch. Oh, okay, so I guess I just start with him no matter what. All right, guys, we're going to try it. We're going to see how it goes. Like I said, we don't know what we're doing yet. We have no idea what we're doing on this game. But by golly, we're going to figure it out. I am having some trouble breathing again today, guys. I'm trying to avoid taking the medication because, you know, it's not healthy to take it all the time. So I'm trying to avoid taking it for my mental health and whatnot, and relational reasons and whatnot, trying to make sure that, you know, it didn't cause any sort of long-term side effects, or that I, you know, that I'm not in control of myself, you know, whether it be the irritability, the drowsiness, whatever it is, you know. So you will see me probably huffing and puffing here quite a bit. I may even have to take a break here in a while after a game or two. That's all right though. I got some eucalyptus stuff going on here, making me feel a little better about it. It is a result of one of our many surgeries. We've had 6 surgeries in 4 years. 5 out of 6 have failed for sure. The 6th one may or may not have been a failed surgery. We're going to a neurologist to figure that out. So it's kind of a physiological and neurological issue. It's a sensory nerve issue that tells your brain when you're breathing. Sorry for all you guys who already know that. I just, you know, sometimes people wonder what's going on. We have some odd problems going on. But that's all right, though. We will be going to Ohio for experimental shots and whatnot this summer, in the next month. Actually, probably going to be my 2nd time flying on a plane ever in my life. And I have artificial discs in my neck now, in my cervical spine. The bottom 2 discs in my cervical spine are metal now. So, I have no idea, guys, if the metal detector is going to go off or not. Oh man, gonna sure as heck love having that conversation. Walking through the metal detector with nothing on at all, and it beeps because there's metal in my neck. I don't know if any of you guys have ever flown. I've only flown once at like 16, 17 years old, something like that. And it was just like to Houston, Texas for a wedding. It was fun though. I did enjoy it. I'm very much looking forward to seeing what it's like going to plane again because I don't even remember it. Barely, really. God dang, y'all. Searching for a match taking a minute. We do, guys, have an awesome collab coming up. Gank and Summer have been awesome enough to, Summer hit us up and said, hey, yo, Gank's having another collab. Gank is an awesome friend of ours. You guys should check him out. He's a wonderful streamer. BF6, like #1 pilot in the world for kills. I think with F61 is the jet that it is. I don't fly or drive much in that game. I usually do like medic stuff, but he's a really nice guy, and he does he organizes some stuff. And yeah, they invited us along. Super excited about it, guys. If there's any point in time where I could say, hey, tune in with me if you want to on a game that's not normally what you watch me play, it would probably be Battlefield 6 this Saturday, May 23rd. It's going to be starting at 9:30 Pacific, which is 10:30 Mountain, 11:30 Central, and technically May 24th, midnight 12:30 in the morning for Eastern time. But guys, it's going to be awesome. It is going to be an awesome time collabing. It's going to be custom Red Sec duos with no pick your partner type stuff. So we're probably just going to get murked a lot. We're probably going to get killed quite a bit, but that's all right though. That's all right. I've gotten 5 kills ever, total bounty ever, I guess, 1228. I don't know if any of this is good or bad, y'all, but hey, we found a game and we're gonna have a fun time. We're gonna have a good old time. I definitely need to get some more moisture around me, so that way it helps. For now, I'll take a hit of my secret stuff. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. There we go. Y'all are dead. Everybody else in this lobby is dead now. Just kidding. All right, guys, I really don't know how to really play this game too much. So we're going to figure this out as we go. I know that you do is Rise Up, Damned Soul. I don't know what that means. Somebody tell me what that means. Killa, if I missed your follow, I am so sorry. I don't know. It's not notifying me. I can't tell when the notifications are not syncing for some reason because, Streamlabs is dumb sometimes, but... I guess we're started, I'm supposing, or I guess we're looking for a match. It's not looking great, guys. I think that countdown means that we have, like, quite a while. I mean, 500 seconds, what is that? That's a lot. It's not 10 minutes, but it's a lot. 8 minutes and 40 seconds. We're figuring things out, though. No, I don't want to trade that. I don't want to trade that. Is that a Kimbo? That's a Kimbo. Oh, God! I guess we're going to find some monsters and kill them. The only thing we're trying to do is figure this game out, y'all. Maybe. Alright, so... Oh, excuse me. Oh my goodness gracious, Ignatius, excuse me. Let's see here. That was nasty. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie at all. That's kind of nasty. Okay, all right. Is this game dying, guys? Please tell me this game isn't dying right after we bought it. I really hope it's not, because that'd be bad. You know, I've heard that it's awesome. There's an ammo box around here somewhere, right? Oh God! Oh my goodness. That was for fun, obviously. Hopefully we can find some ammo. Hey, sorry I missed you. No worries at all. No worries at all, Robert. I can't. Why does it always put the emoji button right in front of the freaking chat? I can see everything. Pat, I can see everything from the word. Sorry, I missed your blank, and I think it was the other one. Oh my goodness. I don't know why they do that on the mobile app, but they sure do. No problem at all, bro. Chacho. It is just brotato. It is. It's a pretty niche. I think it's a pretty niche game, I would imagine. Here we go. Hey, look at this. That seems kind of cool. We are playing Hunt Showdown 1896 for the first time or second time ever, and we are on our way to try and mess some stuff up with whoever this is over this way as soon as we can find ourselves. See, those are all real people, I guess. I don't know if that 5 minutes is 5 minutes until people get here or 5 minutes until the game is over. I have no idea. I know this is like a battle royale mode, basically, where you pick up stuff that you find as you go. But I have no idea what I'm doing here, y'all. I think this is my 7-year-old friend got me to play Zombie Apocalypse with him. Should I? That's up to you. That is entirely up to you, bro Chacho. If you want to, absolutely. If you're not feeling like it, then you know, you do you. You do what you feel like doing. Zombie Apocalypse. I've never played Zombie Apocalypse. We're on fire. We actually died. We actually died. Killed with powder keg. Okay, so that one we should have known better than. Back to main menu, I guess. Guys, I have no idea at what point we were in a game and what point we're not in that. It's crazy. We've never really played. Like I said, we played 2 games on Sunday when we bought this game. I know we're buying all the games way too late. We're always buying games after. We're taking forever to come around to change. You know, I want to try something new, right? You know, get to be old. And finally, it's like, okay, fine. I've heard it. Heard it's awesome enough. I'll try it. And then it's like, okay, it's already dead. It's already dead. I'm not saying Showdown is dead. I'm hoping it's not, but I have no idea. I think it's still a good. I think it's still got plenty of people going with it. I think. We'll try Soul Survivor again. We're just trying to. They said that that's a good way to learn the game. We need to do the advanced tutorial sometime as well. Sometimes, guys, I will warn, it does take a little bit of time to find a match, but that's all right. We'll get in one before you know it. A little bit of coffee and eucalyptus, get some caffeine, some blood flow going up in here. Some moisture. Tell you what, guys, while we're looking for a game, I'm going to have to walk to the other room. I got some like iodine moisturizing stuff that they gave to astronauts that you can get for like atrophic issues. Well, hey, sorry, I got to go. Have a blessed weekend and summer. Absolutely. Absolutely, Bro Trusho. Robert, thank you so much for checking in and hanging out with me, man. Hopefully you have a great rest of your weekend as well. And summer, hopefully I see you before the summer's over, but either way, have a good day, weekend, and summer. All right, guys, I tell you what, while we're waiting, I'm absolutely going to let Chibi Mecha take over for me for just a second. I'm going to walk to the other room, and I'll be right back. Just a quick trip to the other room is all I'm doing. BRB. Here we are. Thank you all so much. Well, hey, Limp, good afternoon, good sir. How are you doing today? Hey, dude, wait till you check out my new end screen, thanks to you. It is about 500% more awesome than it would have been without you. So, you know, it's not the longest screen ever, obviously, because you don't want it to be, but because it's at the end. But hey, I've been working super hard on it and was super thrilled that you helped me out like you did so much. Your material is the best, my friend. It's good stuff. How is Limp doing today? It looks like, god dang, I'll walk away to freaking put some spray in my nose and I'll lose everybody. I'm just kidding, guys. Kind of. Chibi Mackinac is just not entertaining enough. I tell you what will be entertaining enough is Funko Pop Mackinac, which you will see. He is on the screen. So. All right, we got some of this going. I'm just finishing up my last few things I need to do on the job site, and then I'm done for the day. There you go. There you go. Glad to hear it's coming to an end. God dang, it's late in the day. Late in the day. I get depending on the time zone, I guess, but yeah. That's a heck of a day working, my friend. Antidote shots not only cure a person, but make you immune for their duration. Oh, you'll leave a trail of blood as long as you're bleeding. This trail can be tracked by other hunters. Good to know. Good to know. Good to know. We don't know nothing about this game, so super good to have those tips on the screen. Yesterday I worked from 6 a.m. to 9 p.m. Today it looks like 7 a.m. to 7:30 or 8. Goodness gracious. Goodness gracious. Gracious. Okay, use dark sight to locate rifts and activate the wellspring. No idea what I'm doing here. So like I said, this is my second day ever playing this game. We haven't exactly gone through the advanced tutorial or learned much about the game, that's for sure. You're telling me we only start with a sword? That's crazy. That's, ooh, I like that. What gun is that? What gun is that? What gun is that? Is that the Mosin? Wow. Okay, wow. Okay, the sharp eye variant. Sir, are you playing the hunt? I can't see. I have you in audio mode. Yes, I'm playing hunt. We just bought it on Sunday. Played 2 games because on Sunday and Monday I have to take a rest a lot for my tendons and stuff while I'm rehabbing my tendons, so I don't get to play very much. We played 2 games, 2 brief games, I think it was on Sunday, and so now this is our second day playing Hunt Showdown ever, and you know, man, the stick drift with these elite Core 2s are just absolutely, it's awful. It's right out the box. I've proven that I have stick drift on these things every time for 4 of them in a row right out the box. But I'll quit griping and moaning. But look how much I freaking walk if it gets stuck. But, yeah. I just skate everywhere I go. Now, that's not the worst, but yeah, that's if pretty much any direction I set it, down or to the right, it'll get stuck that way. Which, that's not as bad as it is on other games, obviously, but it depends on the dead zone for the game and whatnot. I don't really know if I want that or not, you know? I mean, I kind of feel like the sword is actually pretty nice. I'm not gonna lie, I kind of actually like the sword. Me and my brother used to play that way back when it first came out, and I don't know why we just started playing the other things and never went back to it. I have no idea how long it's been out. I'm assuming that it's probably at the end of its ropes now, which is probably not the best time to play it. I'm guessing. I have no idea. But, you know, I'm hoping not. There seems to be a very loyal following with it. Let's see if we can kill this guy real quick. I don't know what I'm doing. I can tell you that much for sure. I can absolutely tell you that much for sure. I know there's a weekly challenge to kill some monsters. So we got 12 more monsters to go. Gain XP with hunters, visit compounds, kill immortal or hellhounds, kill and banish a boss target, and then collect clues. Other deal damage to hunters using any variant of Vetterly. I don't know what Vetterly 71 is. But honestly, I wish I would have gotten to this game a long time ago. I didn't realize how awesome it seemed to be. I don't know what these are. I don't know what these are that I just picked up. Can I switch weapons? Or do I? Oh, I can. Okay, what are these? Blank fire decoys. What? You're kidding me. I could sit here and hunt other humans like this. I could sit there and make them think that it's me and it's not. Ooh, look at that item. I think I'll stick with the sword. Seems a little faster. I'm walking backwards all the time. I wouldn't mind so much if it wasn't a $150, $200 controller. Okay, anyway. Clearly already dead, but what's this right here? Interact? I don't know what to think about that. I really don't know what to think about that. Pick up item. Okay, what does it do? Do I throw this? I throw this? Yeah, obviously I do. Okay, so I now have the item, but I don't see it in my inventory. Does it stay on the ground? It does. Okay, all right. That's a good sight right there. That's a really good sight right there. We could absolutely trap somebody right there. Let's open up the stuff so we can see everywhere that we want to see. If we win, if you're down another player and can't finish them off, throw fire on top of them, because even if they get back up, their health will be severely crippled. Okay, there you go. All right. Thank you very much for that little tidbit. Man, I wish I would have gotten to this game back whenever it was in its heyday. Oh, what? Die. I missed her. Already full health. So what we can do is we can make our way up in this big building, I think. I hear something. Oh no, he's got leeches. He's got leeches. Is that the boss, guys? Is that the boss? I think that's the boss, isn't it? Seems to me like that's probably him. Yeah, we're just gonna... I guess there's no head damage on this guy, right? Yeah, there's a streamer pretty popular with this game called Nick Makes Noise, and he streams this game often. My brother was a big fan of his streams. He still streams it today. Hey, yo, Freya, what's going on? I know we have... I think we have an ammo box. Do we have an ammo? We don't. We don't have an ammo box. This was a bad decision, guys. No ammo? Okay. Blank fire decoys shoot once. How is Freya doing today? How is Freya doing today? Good to see you, Freya. Let's see here. We got to figure out what we're doing. We're learning a new game. Okay. Ooh, we can throw this down on them, can't we? We have a long distance gun. I don't know if everybody starts with the same gun in this game mode or not. I sure hope not. He's dead. Hey, I hope that's the boss. I hope that's the boss. I don't think it is. Oh, God. I'm pretty sure it's not, but we can go down here and find some ammo while we're at it. At least he's freaking dead. Beast. Wait, hold on. Hold on. Reduced reaction range of animals does not affect monsters like hellhounds. Catalyst rate. Your hunter won't be noticed at all by animals and won't break branches. Okay. I don't know what the catalyst trait is, but hey, we got a new trait for our guy here. If we survive in this mode, Blue, how's you? Blah, how's you? I am doing all right. You know, a little short of breath and whatnot, but you know, other than that, doing great. Learning this game is proving to be fun. Ammo resupply already used. It didn't give me any ammo though. I just reloaded the bullets I already had. That's not making much sense. Bosses are typically inside of buildings and a nightmare to kill, have tons of health, and when you're done killing them, you have to banish them. Okay, okay. So all the bosses have to be banished. What is this? Oh, okay. Wow, okay. So we got 4 shots left this rifle. I love the rifle, not gonna lie. If we survive this, do we have to exfil? Oh, do we have to get over there? Do we have to get over there? I don't even know what the objective is. Wellspring activated. Track its carrier using dark sight. Okay. Oh, God. Oh, God. Oh, God, no. Oh, God. Okay. Heal myself. Yeah, let's go. Let's go. Yes, the objective is only to survive, but you do have to exfil. Okay. Hey, there's a gunshot. Let's go kill somebody, guys. Oh, you only get 1 or 2 bullets? What? What? All right, there's people over there. Guys, we have the perfect gun to kill these guys with. All we have to do is find them before they find us. And I think we're going to. He's obviously not close to that direction, but he's somewhere over here. Did you guys hear that gunshot? All right, let's see here. So the other day, I was playing a game with a guy who's going to be joining me. Oh, no, I nearly He's going to be joining me sometime, and he's teaching me the game, as well as another guy I know named Jason, who is teaching me the game. And so basically, when I was playing with him, I was trying out, you know, I was just grabbing a weapon because I have no idea what to use. And sure enough, oh, hello. But yeah. Oh God, no! We don't got no dusters. This guy's gonna kill us. No, leave us alone. Do they know their way around? Yes, they do. Oh my God! Oh my God! If we stab him, he'll blow up. Oh God, we're gonna be on fire. We're gonna die. We're dead. We're totally cooked. Oh God, he's gonna kill. Oh, we're dead. We're so dead. Please tell me he's dead right behind us. Oh no, guys, we're gonna die. Okay, all right. So we could have very much taken down that other person. I like to keep my distance and be sneaky in games like this, you know, if I know what I'm doing. Or I just like to, you know, let them know I'm coming and push fast. I don't like to do the middle ground stuff because I just, you know, I'm not... Oh my gosh. All right, let's go try another one. Let's go try another one. All in a day's work. Completed a challenge. Yeah, that's our first challenge ever completed. This is our third or fourth game ever completed, so it's about what you expect. Once we get Jason or Blake on here with us and learn more about the game, we're going to be tearing it up. Monsters killed 16. Bounty token 0. Wellspring activate. I know what the wellspring is, dude. I have no idea what the wellspring is. Rifts closed 0. All right, ready to play. Let's try another one. They said this is a good way to learn the game, so by golly, we're going to learn the game. You know. I will say, guys, I finally got my RAM updated a little bit, or upgraded, not updated, upgraded a little bit. My computer's super happy about it. God dang, RAM is expensive, y'all. I tell you what, I found out you don't want to run 3 sticks either. You want to run 1, 2, or 4. The one number you don't want is 3. Hey, just died to a lion. Call of the Wild. Oh my goodness, that's an experience. That is a heck of an experience. I don't really know that I've died to a lion. I do know I've watched my wife die to a lion. I've watched her die to everything in that game. And because they'll one-shot him. I mean, every time I try and take that chick on an ATV somewhere, I turn around and her ATV's rolling and following me and her body's laying down somewhere 20 meters behind it. You know, and there's some sort of, you know, antlered animal or bear or lion or tiger, you know, running by. But, you know, it is what it is. I love it. It's so funny. Me and Mrs. Mecca love Call of the Wild, guys. We play Call of the Wild for the first and second stream of every Wednesday, which will be tomorrow. That's one of our better streams. But I will say with this new upgraded ending screen that we've been working on very hard, I'm super excited about upgrading the quality of things as we go. Hey guys, welcome to the stream. Welcome to the stream. Gotta go. It won't let me read all the message for whatever reason because it freaking just does this crap where it covers up the message with the on YouTube with the emote gotta go though. See you guys. It scared me. All right, Benjamin, we'll catch you around on the next one, bro. Chacho, sorry I had to switch screens to fully read that. All right, yeah guys, so yeah, I got my RAM upgraded today. One of the slots was not like fully what do they call it? They don't call it syncing or gripping or whatever. Seating. It wasn't fully clicking it and seating right, so I had to take it all the way to a computer repair shop just to have them try to help me make sure that the RAM was fully seated properly into the RAM slot, so that way it wouldn't mess up my computer if I pushed it too hard, or if it wasn't all the way in there, you know, or mess up things. So got that done. They didn't charge us at all. That was fantastic. That was huge, you know. Hey, here we go. Here we go. We got another game going. We got another game going. We got another game going. So we've doubled our RAM. We did triple it. We did triple our RAM capacity, but they told us you don't want to run 3.6. You want to do 1, 2, or 4. Because if you run 3, that empty slot, having an odd number of empty slot versus, you know, other slots that they're using is kind of weird. So I don't care. Things are upgraded. I'm super excited about it. I'm super duper excited about it. And I spent all day yesterday working on the stream like I usually do, and resting my wrists and whatnot, and getting my neck a break, and just making sure that I'm trying to work on things whatever way I have to or can. And by golly, it's a lot, but it's paying off, y'all. I mean, I'm not saying it's paying off as far as like, you know, the channel blowing up per se, but the thing is though, it's establishing. The channel is becoming at least established. I'm loving it. I love how we're, you know, officially able to hang out and see people now when we're on, reliably or consistently. It's a good time. Yeah, I personally recommend running 2 slots RAM. Runs at a higher speed when it's only 2 slots. You get diminished returns. When you use 4, it slows the speed a little bit. Really? I had no idea. I had no idea. I'll probably will run 4 if I can, you know, just because I have that third stick lying around, and they come in kits of 2, and buying a whole kit of like 32 gigabyte sticks, oh my gosh, doing all that at once, you know, I'll probably run 4 if I can, or whenever I can, because freaking 16 gigabyte sticks are so much easier to do in increments than 32. But I wish RAM just wasn't so ridiculous right now. The dude at the store was explaining to me how RAM is just shot through the roof because of microchip shortages or something like that. You know, and like, guys, I've had a computer for a few months now. I bought it to be a streamer. You know, I've never really had a computer before, so. Come on, get over here. Get over here. But learning all this stuff is super fun. I'm definitely enjoying it. Come on. Stupid. Freaking. I'm just kidding. All right, let's see what we can. Oh, well, this is something. What is this? Investigate rift. Limp. What is a rift? Yeah, maybe I do just need to run with what I got until I get a couple. What do they make? 32 gigabyte sticks are the biggest ones, I think, right? It's I know that it's capable of running up to 128 because it's 4 slots, but you know, I don't know if I'll need that. I have no idea how much is needed and how much is not. A tripwire. Well, this is wonderful. Let's just put that right there. Maybe that'll kill somebody. I have poison trip mines. Okay. We do have somebody over here somewhere. Guys, if all you have to do is treat this like DayZ, then I should be a pro. Bring it on, you stupid flies. Oh, does she keep spitting more out? She does. Stop it. Stop it. Okay. Rift is something that gets you near boss locations. Oh. All right, all right. No! Die! Right, do we have, how many of those? Okay, we have a lot of those now. Okay, I'm not being super discreet, y'all, in case you can't tell. If they want the smoke, they can come get it, you know? You know? Because I'm 100% good enough at this game to be saying that. I don't care. I don't care. We're going to pull off some sneaky stuff. We're going to pull off some... So I'm guessing that 351 is how much time I have to exfil. If I don't exfil in that amount of time, I guess I die. I don't know. Someone's pissed. Ticked. mad, angry, discontent, unhappy, dead. They're right over here, dude. They're really not far. I don't know what this bomb does, but I would love to throw it at them. Dude, they are so close. They're right over here, guys. I have no idea what I'm doing. We're going to see what happens. Probably going to die. Guys, I hear that there's jump scares in this game. I'm a very jump scary person. I don't even watch horror movies because of it. Can they see me in this bush very well? He dies. He dies. He dies. He dies. He gonna die. We gonna die. Well, if they shoot you, you know the answer is yes, they can see you. Oh my god. Are we doing the right thing or the wrong thing here? What's up here? Is there anything up here? Oh, he's right over there, isn't he? Oh man. Oh, is that all the way over there? Am I seeing that? Oh, what's that red area around Healer Waters? Oh, there he is. There he is. I see the lightning on the map. Yep, Healing Waters Church. Okay, so we have a ways to go. Firebomb. Hopefully we can keep that. We can. How many of these do we have? One. And we have some concertina bombs. Let's see how those do. All right. We got dusters. We got dusters. We just have to not die. And I need to heal myself. First aid kit. I am going to go ahead and do it just to get full health. I don't know if that's really the right time to use it or not. I hear this game, like I said, guys, I hear this game is super jump scary. If I am in control of it, then I feel less bothered by horror stuff. I kid you not, guys, I will walk out in the middle of the woods in mountain lion country in the dark, you know, by myself as a new hunter, you know, having ran into a mountain lion before in the middle of the night and still did it after even. And I'll go, you know, camping and I'll hang out and I'll have fun. But real life, so like real life things that bother me much, screen stuff bothers the crap out of me for whatever reason. I think it's probably because story time, ready story time. My brother, whenever I was a child, used to duct tape me and rope tie me to like this heavy metal computer chair, like this really weighty metal computer chair that my parents had, and he would hold my eyelids open and use the stereo to blast horror movies on the screen in front of me. And because he knew I was afraid of horror movies. And I'm talking about when I was like, I don't know, 3, 4, 7, 9, all throughout my childhood, he would like tie me up. Oh God, guys, I know it's weird, isn't it? We used to play this game where he would tie me up, and I kid you not, I would have the name of the game was I have to tell him. Do we not have dusters? We don't have any melee weapons? We're just going for it, guys. We are absolutely just going for it. This guy must die. I don't know if it's just balls to the wall, chase down the lightning, or if it's like take your time more. But we are absolutely getting closer one way or another. We don't even have a melee weapon. What are we supposed to do? That probably. I haven't hit that shot. That was a hit shot, right? Don't you think? First aid kit it is. So has that player made it off the map, or are we just waiting for the time to be out? Is this is being a coward, like, and I mean that in a good way, like is kind of taking the right way out of it in this situation, what would realistically be the right thing to do, just kind of hiding out and surviving? Is that also something you get to keep the items for, or you win for, or is it only like the last? Ooh, yes, please. I like this gun, I think, right? What is this, a shotgun? I can't tell, guys. I can't tell if this is... What is that? That doesn't look like a shotgun. What is it? You really want to exfil. Okay. So this is interesting. We got this silenced weapon that only has one thing on it. I think I'm going to stick with this for now. Okay, I don't know how to exfil yet. I've followed Blake to an exfil and stood there. And Jason, I followed him to an exfil and stood there in exfil. But that's about my exfil experience. I'm guessing exfil. I don't know where the exfil really is on the battle royale type mode that they have with it. You know. What's that orange? What's that orange? Is that orange meat? I found it. They're usually marked on the map. It's either like a boat or a stagecoach that could take you out of there. Usually 2, sometimes 3. Yeah, I know there's usually like that little arrow thing marked on the map where you can leave, but I don't see them. We are in the right area. But I have no idea where they actually are. I see him. If we can pull off a sweet headshot. So I'm guessing that orange really is him. Okay, looks like he's going up, maybe. I don't know what to do here, y'all. There's like 10 seconds left. I have no idea. I'm in the right area. Is it going to shrink more or something? I had a viewer the other day pop on and be like, I thought you didn't play horror games. I was like, I didn't know this was a horror game. Hunter lost, you failed to save your soul. What? We have to kill him? Were we the last ones in the game to kill him? Were we the last ones alive? Is that what that was? You have to chase him down? This is so weird. I didn't know. I don't know what's going to happen. I guess there is no exfil in this version. I guess you have to kill them or you lose. That's it. No exfil. I have no idea. Okay. We're learning. Mission time ran out. Your hunter is assumed lost and killed. Okay. Well, it's a good way to learn the game, though. Definitely a good way to learn the game. That's for sure. Blake should be hopping on here any minute with me, y'all, and then we're going to be learning the game a little faster. But hey, guys, just so you know, we absolutely do have our schedule constantly updated on the Purple app, on the Purple platform. And so if you guys ever want to know what we're playing or when, or have preferences on what you want to see me in stream and when, feel free to let us know. We also got our Discord invite code pinned to the top of both chats. So if you guys want to come hang out with us or, you know, get in touch with the Mecha Nexus is the name of the Discord, then absolutely feel free to join in there. That way I can, you know, keep in touch with people who might want to join up and play some games, or, you know, in case there's any changes to the schedule. So it's there for y'all if you want it. I'm not going to sit there and be like, oh, please, you know, like, you know, try and act like I'm somehow not asking for people to join, or also, oh God, please, 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 even if you don't want to. You know, I very much want people to hang out with me online because they want to hang out with me online. That's for sure. I'm not gonna. I'm trying not to be very salesman-like about all things. You know. Dear new recruit, which is me. It looks like 5 kills. Yep. Kills versus deaths 5. Oh, I haven't died yet in regular modes. I guess that's what that means. But yeah, guys, we're a new channel. Well, we're not an entirely new channel. Like I said, we've been around since about January. We started like the end of December and started actually really, you know, being a channel probably sometime around January, February, you know, when we hit affiliate. So we've been around for a few, 4 or 5 months. I don't know, something like that. Very excited. Very excited to see what's in the future for streaming now. Definitely turning out to be fun and enjoyable. That's for sure. And Limp, do I still have you, Limp? I'm going to show you guys a little preview real quick. I mean, it's only a 45-second end screen anyway, but I was going to briefly jump over to the end screen and jump right back to the game here momentarily to show you. I guess I'll just do it at the end. I don't know. So check this out. It's going to be like 5 seconds. I'm going to switch it right back so we can get back to the game, but check a sneak peek of this out. This is such a cool end screen. Thanks to you, my friend. So yeah, that's what I got so far. Obviously, I'm going to be making like variants of that for different pages, like starting, pause, or, you know, taking a break or ending. I'm going to be doing different things with types with the room, and it's not going to be the same exact image of the same room. It's going to be like different angles on it and whatnot. But yeah, I'm very excited, very excited about the music you sent, man. It is super, super awesome, and I'm enjoying the heck out of it. Did I already hear a gunshot, for crying out loud? I have an axe and some fists. I know that was a very short look at it, but I don't want. Is that guy a caricature? Does that guy draw caricatures and they're sitting there dead? What? Okay. Yeah, it does. Oh my gosh. Well, it's just something that most people don't get lucky enough to have, you know, without gross amounts of money and being very well established. And so to have something curated exactly to the channel at this level of streaming is extremely probably rare, you know? I mean, it's probably not so rare that you can't find it, I guess. I don't know, but like, you know, meeting somebody like you and doing something like that for small channels the way you're doing is super super handy and appreciated. At least for by this stream, and I know by ganking dooms as well. Ads, no, the bane of my Twitch existence. So I really don't know what some of these things are. I need to find a gun, like bad. Am I close to a boss or something? Is that what this is? Is this a boss? Give me a gun. Give me a gun. Investigate rift. Using dark rift to locate rift sites and activate the wellspring. Use dark sight to locate rift sites and activate the wellspring. But yeah, it is super nice to have some custom stuff like that. I'm having a blast with it. Let's see if we can assign those somewhere. Maybe like right there instead of that. Do we have a limit? Oh, we have 8 of them. We have 8 of them. Hey, Psychotic, go ahead and get the heck off my stream, Bochacho. You are a scammer, and you need to change your ways. Do we have dusters? Nope. We have not. We have some sort of loud, large, growly creature near us. What is this? Hellfire bomb? Okay. We're getting more familiar with some things, that's for sure. The worst part about ads is they always put up a video when I'm on audio only mode, which lags me out hard. Oh, God, yep. Yeah, I had somebody from YouTube asking about channel points the other day because somebody spent some points to hydrate me. Right, and so then somebody else was like, I think it was Robert, and they were a really nice person. They're a really nice person. What do I need to align this light for? What does that do? But anyway, they were like really interested in the channel points, and they're like, how do I do that? And I was like, well, you gotta come over to this other platform where you accumulate free points for watching consecutive streams or tuning in, even if it's not consecutive. You just get those points and spend them on whatever things, you know, that I feel like letting you spend them on. If I say, hey, I'll show you my dog that I don't have here, you know, I think for so many channel points, stuff like that. So yeah, it's he popped on over to the platform, you know, the purple platform, and made himself a good old profile, hopped on, spent some channel points immediately, and then as soon as he got done with that, an ad popped up, and then another one, and he was like, I'm going right back to the tube. This is stupid. So some people really prefer one platform or the other, you know. I think the, you know, the reward system of you know, of Twitch is obviously pretty nice. I think it's fun for me personally, just as a streamer, to be able to engage with people more. But that's more for the fun of it, you know. I'm sure whenever you get to be a bigger streamer, you don't want people telling you to hydrate every 2 seconds or whatever, but I like it. I'm sure it gets to be too much, I guess would be a good way to put it. I'm definitely not a big enough channel for it to be too much. And I quite enjoy the interactions. But I had somebody the other day who was like, oh my gosh, you have no time reset on this. You have to put a time limit on it. I was like, heck no. You want to make me go to the bathroom 50 times a day by chugging 5 bottles of water? Then you spend the points on it. Wellspring activated. Track its carrier. I don't know what the wellspring is. Like, I really don't get what wellspring is. I gotta figure that out. But I haven't done all of the tutorial stuff there is to do. This. I'm guessing I can't keep this. Okay, yeah. I don't have anything that can reach very far, so I don't think we're going to have the easiest time killing somebody. What does this do? Is this just another version of the same one? What does this do? Okay. Crossbow, Deadeye. Cool. It seems like these are both similar. It seems like one's basically sawed off. Oh no. Oh, what? Oh no. God dang it. I don't get to catch you every stream you have, but in that time I have spent with you, I have over 12,000 channel points. Oh my god. Get away from me. Oh no. What do I do? We're gonna get hurt bad. We're gonna get hurt bad. I have 0 medkits. Is that what that says? We have to wait till I'm done burning to use it. Oh my god, he can light me on fire from there? Oh god. Guys, we're hurting. We are hurting bad. Holy cow, we are hurting bad. Let me go get some of my throwing knives back. Now I do have with Gank almost 100,000 points saved up, and I have a friend named Ellie, and I have had over 100,000 points with them, and then I used most of those points to spam stuff on their things, so I'm down to 4,000 now. There you go. There you go. That's funny. Where does body go? I want to pick up some of my knives. Can you not pick up knives if you, Can you not... Where did his body even go? I thought I killed him right here. Can you not pick up throwing knives if you kill them with it over here? Like, actually throw it into their bodies? What? What is this? Do I have a third weapon? Oh wait, this thing has, what does this thing have on it? Does this thing have an axe on the end of it? Yeah, it does. This thing has an axe on the end of it. Ellie has a thing on her stream where for 10 minute points you can have me personally banned, which I think is hysterical. I'm currently saving up the ban myself. You could, what's funny is they do offer stuff like that, like 5-minute bans or 10-minute bans or things like that. But if you're talking about a permanent one, that's hilarious. Why can't we use one of our med kits? What I don't get is I thought we had 3 med kits here. Right, that's what those 3 circles stand for. But for whatever reason, yeah, I have 3 med kits, so why, I'm squeezing the right trigger to use it and it won't use them. Do I have to throw them down or something? What is going on? I don't know how to use a medkit, guys. It won't let me actually use them. I thought right trigger is how you use the medkit. There's a person right next to me too, and I can't get... Oh god, I just sealed my fate. Guys, why won't it let me use a med kit? The med kit's open. Yeah, first aid kit. First aid kit. Alright, well, I guess we're going for a freaking... guess we're going over here and hoping for a freaking headshot. We got 57 seconds. You suck it. Die. 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 So I have no idea how to heal, guys. The med kits. No, it's a permanent ban. Oh my gosh. Guys, why? What am I doing wrong with these first aid kits? Why I can't use them? I don't understand what's going on with these. I'm clicking every button I can think of that has anything to do with it, and I don't know why I'm opening them sometimes and closing them at other times. Dude, what's going on here with the med kits, y'all? What's going on with the med kits? I can't remember, but I think the med kit thing might be something you use when you have experienced permanent health loss from fire. Oh, so that's not the same as like a... Okay, well. Anyway, yeah, we're learning. We're still learning. You know, it's our second day ever playing, so... Don't judge us. I'm trying to learn the game as I'm experiencing it, you know, instead of, you know, and I'm not looking up any videos. I haven't taken the tutorial, none of that stuff. All right, let's see here. Okay, well, that stopped. For some reason, is it too low on water? That's exactly what it is. All right, this is the time where we have to get more water for the thingamabobber that helps us. I hope, Limp, also, I don't know if you noticed the thing on there, but what I did was, you know, I'm putting the artist name on there the whole time, and I'm doing fade in, fade out titles for each song. And I kind of did like the look of it aesthetically, so I hope that's all right. I think it looks pretty bomb with the little radio and picture on there. I hope you don't mind. I kind of went on to your page and just took your picture and put it on there, but I'm sure that's probably what would be preferable. You know, I don't know. I've never done anything like this, so super happy to have the music, and I'm just trying to make sure that I, you know, give proper credit, you know, without being too like it's gonna sound so bad to say this. I'm too socially anxious. I just need to spit it out. I want to make sure I'm giving as much proper credit as possible without it seeming like overly distracting, because I don't want any one part of this theme to be too distracting, but I also don't want it to be unnoticeable or like hard to find or hard to give credit for. So what I thought of doing was what I did right there is I basically generated a little video with your name and some music waves playing and your picture, yeah, hopefully that does draw people's attention, because your music is amazing. Your music is absolutely fantastic. And the fact that it so clearly says, you know, there we go, sorry. The fact that it so clearly says, you know, what the name of the theme of the stream is helps people. I feel like it helps me to look like a bigger streamer. I really do. I cannot say enough about it. Oh God, I need to get you a sexier picture of me. I mean, if you gotta be posting me on the internet, dude, I got your picture on there and everything. I know you're on audio only mode, but there's a radio on the bottom right, and it's got the green. And I'm new to all this, so this was like weird for me to figure out. But I chroma keyed the red. I gave it a red background instead of a green one, and chroma keyed the red out of there, and that way I could play a looped video of like moving sound waves on a radio screen with like a little radio with a screen on it, and like little green sound waves bouncing, and it says Limpid X, and it shows the picture. It shows your exact picture from like Discord, TikTok, all that stuff. So yeah, I think it looks great. I was just super excited about it, but I do use AI. I do use AI for a lot of that stuff. Just because, you know, I mean, I don't even really make anything, you know, to be spending as much as I do on everything. So, you know, and basically when I did get my first payout, I just bought a bunch of annual subscriptions. I know people hate not hiring artists, but I can't afford to hire an artist. Are you freaking kidding me? I can't afford to hire a graphic designer or an artist. I can't afford. When I can't afford it, I will. You know, but there's no way. There's absolutely no way. So I got an annual subscription basically to, you know, a thing that gives me a limited amount of ability to make different like animated things, like short little 3, 5, 7 second videos and whatnot. We got real creative with it. We got real creative. I was like, GPT, you better tell me an idea or give me a baseline, and then I'm gonna take that baseline and I'm gonna Photoshop it, and I'm gonna take that Photoshopped static overlay, and I'm gonna send it over here to this one, and I'm gonna say, hey, make me something moving, you know, and it worked. Dude, listen, AI is a wonderful thing if you utilize it correctly, and it'll take you as far as you can go. So if you find you're hitting a wall and trying to figure something out to learn, expand your knowledge on the subject, AI kind of stays locked into wherever you're at. When you expound upon everything, the AI will further grow with you. It tries not to overwhelm the user, is not gatekeeping. Yeah, dude. Well, there's just so many people, you know, and I agree with both sides. And what I mean by agree with both sides is there's validity to both sides, right? But like some people are super pissed off if they hear that you use AI for anything because they're like, you know, oh, AI's taking away so many jobs. I think when Disney is replacing a bunch of their people that they can afford to pay with cheaper AI, yeah, that's optional. That's optional. When you're talking to people who cannot afford, you know, to do anything else with it, and not just like, oh, I have extra spending money and don't want to spend it on this extra hobby because I don't want this hobby to be too consuming. I'm talking about don't even have the money to get it, like me, you know, like I don't have the money to hire an artist. I don't. Nobody does. Nobody does, unless you have a lot of money, like left over, you know. And in this economy, if you have like a ton of leftover money, you know, you're doing better than average. That's for sure. And there's nothing wrong with that either. I think it's perfectly fine. But yeah, there's no way I can hire it. I'm absolutely ecstatic to have the ability to make what we can make. Do we have a gun yet? Do we have a gun yet? Oh, we do have a gun. That chick's gotta die. But I love AI. I think it's great. I don't think it's great for everything, obviously, but I do think it's nice. We're gonna die. We're gonna die to freaking bugs. We're gonna die to freaking bugs. Yeah, when people say, I can't believe you use AI to help with your music production, I go, yes, I use it to help with music production, not do all the production. Not do all of the production, not to mention, you know, I spent $7,000 on my computer alone with workstation I have. Yeah, dude, it is, there's different levels and different ways to use AI, that's for sure. And people have, now, when, like, you know, like I said, a bunch of people are, you know, their families are going to go without a paycheck because they're getting replaced in every possible way with AI. I can see the frustration behind that because, you know, that's a problem. But, oh no. We just started a record player. But, and I think there is, you know, a lot of people argue about everything like there is one side's right and one side's wrong. And to me, it's like if you use any sort of philosophical or logical or consistent opinion with anything, there is no way to sit there and say that one side is right and one side is wrong. There might be a better or worse decision. And there are a lot of situations where one side is right and one side is wrong, but that's not every single possible situation. You know, there are situations that do have pros and cons, and I love how people, and I'm saying that sarcastically, I love how people can't really pick up on that, you know, because if I see somebody, so for example, I am very, very much a subscriber to, you know, disciplining your child for your child's sake. I also, I used to have to defend this because my ex-mother-in-law would sit there and say, you ain't spanking my kids. We can go round and round about that. My grandkids, we can go round and round about that. I was like, really? So yeah, my kids have gotten spankings. Now, I don't sit there and get mad and hit them every single time they, you know, do the slightest thing to bother me. But I don't pick a punishment with such a shallow and foolish thought process to think that there is that, you know, because someone else does or does not do it, that, you know, I need to do or not do it, right? People in those fields need to learn how to use AI because they already know the lingo of how to draw, how to create this next step in jobs with AI are people who can communicate and monitor AI development in those fields, kind of like an AI handler. They need to get into that. I mean, yeah, I think that that would be an avenue that they could still take. Oh my God. But I also do think, you know, much with any other production of anything, you know, the less, like, I think that's the avenue to stay in it. Yeah. To stay in it, you know, to stay in that type of field, I guess, you know. But also at the same point, like, I do think, like, you know, not expediting every single process. And, you know, I do think there are drawbacks to it when it comes to, you know, abstract processes and you know, and just that original human development factor in it, that inconsistency that human development can add to it. But again, I don't think there's one right side or one wrong side when it comes to that particular topic. You know, I think that there is absolutely I think there is a drawback when you see, like, you know, too much genuine art and genuine music and stuff like that being taken over, just completely taken over, to where it's not like, you know, where years and years and years of developing a practice are no longer effective at all, and you now need to focus on, you know, computer science, IT, and AI development. You know, I think there is some frustration behind that for sure. That is very legitimate. But I also don't think that, you know, I just don't think that there's a one size fit all type of, you know, this is right or this is wrong answer to a lot of things. Just like I was saying with the spanking stuff, right? Like, I've spanked my kids when I felt like that's what they needed to learn their lesson. And I don't sit there and give them their lesson because I'm pissed off about it. Pardon my language for anybody who doesn't like that, but like, my thing is whether I put my kids in the timeout, talk to them sternly, take something away, ground them, or spank them, I am doing what I think is going to absolutely teach them to not make that decision again. That whatever is the effective way to teach them how to not do that bad behavior, and not because that bad behavior annoys me, but because I don't want my kids to grow up and think that there's no consequences. For crying out loud, they're gonna know there's consequences to things, you know. And so I've seen some videos recently online of somebody just going at it, and I mean, this lady was just, and this is not fun for some people to think about, but it happens, you know. This lady, this was on the good old talk, right? And I don't want this on my feed. Sure enough, our phones listen to us enough, though. And the topic of spanking came up the other day when the other household did it after telling us not to, which we still do if it's needed. Have rarely needed to, honestly, because we have such obedient kids, which is also a result of not tolerating your kids' disbehavior. But anyway, disobedience. But yeah, so that popped up in my feed. This lady, I kid you not, like, Teacher of the Year award, blah, 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 all sorts of good stuff. She went so hard on this kid, and not just a you're going to get a bad punishment type of way, but like a F you type of way. When she got done, the kid was begging and pleading and screaming for mercy. When she got done with like over 20 consecutive just crazy belt whips, right? She grabbed him by his hair, flipped him over by grabbing his head and neck by his hair and flipping him over, pinned him against the wall, and started crap talking in front of his face, cussing him out and stuff like that. I'm like, fuck, you know what? And that's not, it's not like I couldn't handle seeing a parent do that, for crying out loud. You know, but my thing was, in the comments, every single person was in complete division about it, you know, and even the people who made logical arguments were instantly trash talked for not knowing what they're talking about. I'm like, you're kidding me. You're absolutely kidding me. That, like, people have made valid points, you know. I think it's far more harmful to not discipline your kid effectively if they don't learn proper, like, healthy, respectful fear of consequences. You know, maybe it would be the most agreeable way for people to hear me say it. But, you know, I also think that if for any reason, whether you're putting your kid in timeout, talking to them in a crappy tone, or you are, anything you're doing, if you're doing it just because you're ticked off and grumpy and irritated at your kids, you're not doing it to help them or parent them. You're doing it just because you have a bad temperament. And I'm sorry, that's absolutely true. I think that's true regardless of what discipline you use. The method, I think, is what everybody debates about, but the motive is what I think needs to be debated. If you spank the crap out of your kids genuinely to teach them right and wrong, what not to do, because you think that a heavier level of respect and healthy fear of that consequence, more of a healthy fear for a more drastic consequence, if you think that's what that kid needs, so you give them a more severe discipline for the sake of teaching them not to do that bad behavior, then your motive for doing it is for the child. But much as the other household who tells us that we are not allowed to spank, they better not hear that we spank our kids, blah, blah, blah. Those people who do that also, they will sit there and cop an attitude and talk in some sarcastic, hateful, pissed off, like can't control my temper type of way to the kids. You know, and I'm like, okay, so, you know, you act the way you act, and you show them an example by the way you're acting. You know, you're giving them an example. You do that because you have a poor temperament. It's absolutely how and why they do it. You know, they'll be just absolute trash talkers, like a special needs 7-year-old, because they're annoyed or they don't have patience. But then if I spank my kid because she is learning that she can get away with anything, you know, then and I need to teach her that that's not the case, then all of a sudden I'm the bad person. So yeah, I think the motive is actually more of the debate than the method. I think the method can still be wrong or right, but I really do think the motive. I think the motive is what people aren't talking about. Here's my TED Talk for the day. Here's my TED Talk for the day. That crap's been brought up recently in my household, y'all. That crap has been brought up big time recently in my house. But that's the same thing I think when it comes to, this is an example of maybe a two-sided argument that's not just one side wrong. My wife is absolutely not allowed to spank her children because she always waits until she's absolutely fed up and frustrated and angry. So I tell her whenever she gets like that, and I'm not around, just tell them that your dad's going to get it. Yes, absolutely. And they go into, when she says that they go into beg for free, I think that's a really good point. You know, if my mom said, I'm going to tell your dad about this, I was like, oh crap. Like I was cooked. I was done. You know, and my mom did not ever spank me. My dad spanked me. And I think there is a good dynamic to that. Not because I think it's just effective, but I think it's actually, well, yeah, I think it's because it's effective. I guess that is the best way to put it. You know? Okay, let's see if we can heal here. All right, there we go. Right, where is this guy? We have like 2 minutes to find this guy and kill him. Oh, there he is. Oh, you're gonna get it, sucker! You're gonna get it! Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Come on, dude, show your face. Just peek. Just peek for me. Just peek for me one more time. Just like you were. Just like you were. You were peeking. Oh, it's gonna hurt me so bad. Healing. Let's go. We have one more use on our thing. He's still up there. Oh, you better be nervous, bro, Chacho. You better be nervous, sir, because I intend to finish it. Oh, yeah. We're not... This... I can tell you one way or another... Oh, no! God! Oh, God. I can tell you one way or another, y'all. Oh, my goodness, guys. Spanking talk and everybody dipped. You know what? At least I'm filtering my people, I guess. I don't know. Everybody's welcome here. But I know there's certain topics people... I probably shouldn't... This is not a debate channel. We're done. You know, if you want to know my own opinions, come to my... I'll step off my soapbox and we go talk about it on Discord, right? God, I can't believe that. Is that Hugh Jackman? Just kidding. Let's see here. Why won't it let me actually back out to menu? There we go. Well, we're learning a little bit, guys. We definitely need Jason or Blake or somebody to keep teaching us the ropes because I still don't know what I'm doing really well. But I'm having a good time, though. I might text Jason. I might text him and see if he wants to hop on. I'm gonna text my friend and see if he's gonna. He's pretty good at this game, I think. You know, he said. I asked him, "Are you pretty sweaty?" He's like, "Yeah." Okay. He's gonna show me the road. My daughter sent me a message on Xbox saying, "Here." So guys, this is my Little Mecca's profile picture. So she has a little Mechanic version, and she is learning Rocket League to try and see if she can try out for Rocket League next year for esports. Let me see if he can hop on. I'm gonna see if he can hop on. Honey, could I bother you for something? Could you possibly heat up my chamomile pack and grab me the big square ice pack for my neck? Thank you, babe. I'm not taking any medicine today, guys. I'm gonna see if I can go a week without taking any medicine. Let's see if we can do it. I'm messaging him right now, seeing if he is on. I think his profile says offline on it, so, you know. But we're going to see if he's going to hop on with us, guys. If not, we're going to keep running some of that, you know, Battle Royale mode or whatever it is as we're learning the game. I also do... straight up in front of him and not looking. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, whatever the crap teaches them that I don't want to do this. I don't want this to happen again. And not for the fun of it, for like torture, but, you know, for the sake of teaching consequences. You know, nobody can really debate that a lot of children out there, you know, who are completely out of control, who wouldn't be up. And there is obviously a lot of compassion to be had with a lot of like mental health awareness stuff, things going on right now. But still, y'all, I mean, there is a point where like coping with things, you know, the most effective version of therapy of almost any type of psychological condition is exposure response prevention, as in wanting to react a certain way and not doing so. For example, for OCD, that would be like if you have like if you have contamination OCD and you always have to wash your hands a whole bunch. And I'm a very moderate to severe OCD person. You know, I've had to go to a psychiatrist, but there's really bad ones out there. Mine didn't do me no good with just upping my med dosage all the time. That didn't help me, you know. Proper response control is actually the effective way of dealing with your problems. And people have known that for thousands of years before they came out with a bunch of pills. Now, I'm not saying nobody needs a pill. I'm not saying that. But we flocked to them pretty quickly, you know. And so, yeah, people back in the day, like if you had a hard time coping with something a certain way and it was caused by this, you know, psychological, behavioral type of situation, then, well, yeah, they had the toughen up mentality about it, which I think is not universal and it doesn't fit all. That is not a fit all situation, but nonetheless, in all situations, learning to cope as good as you can, which is difficult, right, is always going to, that's why ERP therapy is like the most effective form of therapy for any situation. You can, you know, that doesn't mean that that's all people need to take into consideration. So like chronic anxiety is a really good example. Chronic anxiety is a real extreme where like just dealing with it by feeling anxious all the time, that one doesn't cure that way the same as like maybe some others do, right? But hanging with my lady, text me next time you're on. Okay, cool. All right, guys, we're gonna be jumping in some more of this. But my son, he's 4 years old, and I made him do that one day, and I said, now you got to hold these up for 2 minutes. And when he has done, his arms were shaking. He's like, Dad, why did you make me do that? I said, well, you're going to keep doing dumb stuff. You might as well be strong. Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I think that it's very important to teach our kids, you know, reality. That's for sure. That's absolutely for sure. But God dang, I swear every time I get in the soapbox and I can't stop today for some reason, everybody's like, oh my God, and they're out of here. Like, I came here to watch Hunt Showdown. Thank you very much. Not have a debate. Sorry guys. You know, it is what it is. It is what it is. Some days I get to talking. A lot of days I don't. To me, it's just normal. It's just normal to talk about things that matter instead of having this environment where it's like we can only talk about things that nobody cares about enough to disagree on. It's like, I don't think we should always stick to just how we disagree. I don't think we should always talk about those things either. But we should be able to talk about our opinions too. It shouldn't be one or the other. It shouldn't be constantly talking about moral dilemmas and debates about ethics, and it shouldn't also be constantly avoiding those conversations either. But I ingest psychology very casually. I read books from psychologists. I don't actually go to school for psychology. Limp guys actually has, if you don't mind me sharing, Limp, he has a lot of education and things like that, or at least a lot of like knowledge. I don't want to go into any specifics that somebody doesn't want me to, so I won't say much. But Limp guys is not only a talented musician, very, 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 educated person on certain things, very aware and at least very knowledgeful. Debates are fun. It helps us understand one another. Also, you might open your eyes. Exactly. That's the crazy thing. Yeah, in a different way. I mean, we're so close, blah, blah, we also saw it. Yep. So, yeah, so one example is, and this is really going to tick a lot of people off, but, I'm going to go ahead and say it. I'm going to go ahead and say it whether I have people here or not. We had 3 people leave just at that moment. So I have a lot of, so I believe in Jesus, and I'm not, this isn't particularly a Christian channel. I'm a Christian streamer, but this isn't like a Christian themed stream. I'm trying to balance that, not proselytizing while also not Bible thumping people on a secular channel. Cause it is kind of like it is like a secular channel-ish thing. I don't know. Like I can't say it's not a Christian only channel. Right. So, but anyway, I have some things representing those beliefs. On certain games that I play, like my WWJD, or one of them it was a flag that somebody doesn't have, on one of my cars on Rockabilly. So I actually flew that flag specifically because it is significant in Christian, like biblical history and stuff like that. Not because of a political per se type of stance or whatever. And I got called a Zionist pig, and then had somebody get into a bunch of hateful, horrible things, telling me that I brainwash my kids, right? Telling me that I said this is a short about me and my kid playing Rocket League together. It's a short that is about me playing a game with my child, a video game with my child, and you're going to come on here and call me a Zionist pig, and then someone else is going to come on here and tell me that I support murder or innocent people dying. What? Because I'm trying to represent, my beliefs, not just like politically, but like my beliefs as a Christian, right? And I even asked him, how do you know what I believe, what I support, or what I teach my kids? You don't even know me. You've never met me. You don't even follow me. You've never seen me before. And so what I said was, it's toxic basically to hop onto a video about somebody playing a game with their kid, see one thing that you disagree with when it comes to political ideology or religious ideology, right? And instantly be like, oh, you're a piece of crap. You brainwash your kids into being a bigot or something like that. And it's like, what? And so, yeah, I got called stuff that was straight harassment and bullying and stuff like that. I could have reported them, but I was so afraid of, getting, banned or in trouble myself. Whenever I didn't say nothing out of hate back, I didn't say nothing at all. I pointed out, I was like, what if I don't agree with your ideologies? And I mentioned things like LGBTQ or certain other ideologies. I was like, what if I went on somebody's page and saw a video of them playing a video game with their child, and then saw a flag of another country or something that I perceived as political, or I saw like a Buddhist type religious statement or symbol on their club name or something. And I was like, you're just a hateful, bigoted, Christian hater or something. I was like, it wouldn't be right if I called you those names, right? Well, because I explained in my comment that, if I hopped onto your thing and called you these names, that wouldn't be right? That would be assumptive, it would be hateful, it certainly wouldn't be tolerant. And, but because I made that defensive comment completely controlled, I was worried that the AI moderation, because they have a lot of AI auto moderation, would, not catch that the right way, because that does happen sometimes when it comes to reporting conversations on social media platforms, especially when you are the host of the channel, you are the channel itself, so that turned into, but I couldn't believe they called me a pig. They called me a pig, a Zionist pig. That's tolerant. That's tolerant. Y'all, if you act that way to people because you don't believe the same things they believe, we can absolutely have a debate about it. Or you can absolutely not follow me. I don't care either way. But to me, it's not just about what you think is true and untrue. It's also about how you act towards other people. So I have to be careful sometimes about how much I state what I believe. But also, I I'm not going to get to a point where I pitter patter too much and I'm just, you know, having to hide it. That's kind of the agenda, I think, behind people acting super hateful. Is that they want you to shut up or kind of not show it or hide it or whatever it is. But nope, I'm not going to do that. I'm not. This isn't a religious channel at all. And I'll tell you a big part of why that is because I don't want to get paid for my religion. I think you need to be very careful. A lot of people are very excited. And I am like, no, I'd rather not start to love getting money for teaching people about what I believe is morals. Bear traps, all right, let's see here. Definitely have some stuff going on around here. I still don't know this game where I have to do anything. What does this do? The quad booms. So that's got to be like what is that? Like a 357? Is that like a 357 with like 4 357 shots coming out of it? Something awesome like that. We got some people right over there. Yeah, definitely have some people right over there. Oh, we got about 2 minutes. You know, I sure wouldn't mind. I can't believe we got headshot. Just like, oh God. Die! Guys, getting killed in this game was actually pretty jumpy, I'm not gonna lie. Oh God! Did we win? Stop bleeding. The charge up thing is kind of off timing for some reason. Stop bleeding. Now would be a good time to use a med kit, probably. I'm guessing. Debates are fun. Yep, oh, that one. I thought that was a new one for a second. Yeah, my 2-second memory really helps me with that. But yeah, that's my exact opinion on debates too. Is when people say debates, they think, "Oh God," I think people mean like vehemently disagreeing with each other in a way that's all about proving them right. I think the whole purpose of a debate clearly should be, finding out if you're wrong, not proving you're right. That's the only reason I ever debate, especially my wife. If we ever have a disagreement on something, we're trying to talk. God dang it, we're gonna die. Oh my God. Oh my God, guys, we're gonna die to freaking... See, whenever I'm holding it, he just swings it anyway. Oh, we're gonna die. We're dead. God dang it. I'm trying to charge it up, and I'm holding the right trigger. I must be doing it wrong, and he swings it. He just swings it anyway. He doesn't stop and hold it. He just swings it. So I guess that's the wrong way to do it. After a few minutes of listening to the BS, I stood up, and I was like, I think it's time for you to leave now. Oh, this is a multi-part story, so be ready. I'm not a Christian, and I do not believe in God. My daughter invited a friend over who proceeded to come into my home and talk a bunch of smack against Christianity. None of it true, speculative, all just personal preference on what they feel somebody acts like when they're a Christian. After a few minutes of listening to the BS, I stood up and I was like, I think it's time for you to leave now. They asked why, and I said, I don't know. I said, because I don't like the way you're talking about Christianity at my table. And they were like, I thought you weren't a Christian. I said, I'm not, but I'm very much against people who are hateful for no reason. That's yeah, absolutely. So, oh my God, yeah, 1000%, bro. And you have no idea how much more respect first of all, I've never had any lack of respect for you at all. But for anybody to say that they defended someone else's, you didn't defend someone's faith, right? You're not defending Christianity. You're not like doing apologetics. Talk about why you believe in it, because you don't, right? And of course, me and you wouldn't agree there, if we were to talk about that, our positions wouldn't be the same, but it's not about being hateful, right? But yeah, if someone's going to sit there and just act super bigoted and hateful to somebody, and you stand up to that's my exact thing too. So here's a good example of that too. I will rebuke other Christians if they're being hateful, because there's so many people out there that carry the name Christian, and that you hear this, maybe if you go to a good church, you'll hear this, they are Christian in name only, right? And so, I absolutely think that it is super destructive to any faith or any purpose that you're trying to represent well if you promote harmful, harmful, I don't want to say ideologies, but like their attitude is harmful. They're proud, you know. They actively defend their hate and bigotry by being hateful and bigoted. It makes no sense. Oh yeah. So I made a point. I made a point one time, and of course this is going to get really heated, and I'm going to stop right here. But basically, I put in a point that one time you should never celebrate somebody being killed, even if you think they're a bad person. Okay. Now I might be happy that certain people were gone, but being like, yeah, you know, especially when it came to somebody that's, you know, just, you know, and I'm not talking about any one individual. I'm saying in general. And my personal philosophy is that person is going to go answer to God. And if they are a bad person, they're going to go suffer for a long time, long time, you know. Yeah. Or, you know, again, you know, I'm not saying that. So that's that's the first debate everybody gets to. But, and so from my perspective, that doesn't mean I celebrate. So I think the effect of somebody being gone can be good. I think the fact that it required the death of a human being is not something that in and of itself should be celebrated. And it also depends on, you know, how bad of a person are we talking about? Well, you know, that's kind of a measurement that people can disagree on too easily, because if you make it about how bad the person is, then everybody has their own subjective belief and opinion on when somebody deserves to have violence committed upon them. So then you have to ask yourself, is it the person or the act? The person or the act. Here's an interesting thing. They did some studies in colleges, right? So we know that a lot of colleges are particularly teaching certain specific ideologies, right? I forget where it was or who did the study, but I was listening to a podcast about it the other day, and it was a study done where basically like 33% of people in the study were asked, do you believe it's okay to commit physical violence to somebody for saying something, for verbal things, right? And that is, believe it or not, a very crucial debate between a lot of people, because like it wasn't just 30-something% of them. I think it was, well, I can't remember what it was, but basically, then the person, the debater on the podcast was like, now that creates a real effective problem, because then you're setting up some sort of debate for basically what ideologies someone teaches can qualify for let's physically harm that person because of their ideologies, right? So, you know, and so then it's not just about a matter of whether or not that person's right, wrong, or whether they're hurtful or helpful to people, but the baseline of what is the filter, when does it stop, what is the point where we justify or don't justify this act is entirely subjective. It's entirely subjective. And that's a lot different than acts of war when someone's actually going out and harming people physically, right? So there's a lot of different positions on that people take, but the good way to talk about it is to decide what is the real problem here, and not only the problem, but what is the cause and effect of our decisions, right? So here's a good one that a lot of people were asked back in school, back in my day, at least by English teachers. So you have an example that your English teacher or other teachers in school should have taught you. I completely agree with you, but you know when people like... Well, I mean, I think that the way to articulate that for me would be, so I'm not going to be, I mean, you know, I'm not going to say, oh, you know, I will say, yeah, I mean, I regret people this way. I'll say it this way. This is a good example of it. Let's say you could speak to a child who had yet not been corrupted in life. Let's say a child was going to go through maybe the loss of their parents, go through some horrible orphanage or whatever it is. Like you could peer into their future, show a cloud, like show a little mirror, a magic mirror pop up, and say, hey, look, this is going to be you in the future. You're going to be a wretch. You're going to be a horrible, hateful, bitter, bigoted person because of things outside of your control, or largely outside of your control, right? You know, there are going to be these things that happen to you. You're going to turn into a hateful, hard-hearted, bad person. You're going to do bad things. And then when you perish, people are going to celebrate, right? Well, when you could go back and look at that person from a perspective of before they committed that act, you'd be like, oh, you know, that's kind of sympathetic or empathetic, right? You know? And so it's only not empathetic or sympathetic if you look at it from the perspective of what they already became, right? And so I think there is some sort of, you know, empathy or sadness involved when I personally believe that, you know, the necessity to become that way, you know, is a cause and effect relationship. And that, you know, I regret very much that people become that way. And I regret, you know, and I think that it's not just a matter of teaching, you know, oh, well, I'm glad that person's gone because they were evil. But, you know, I think that it had to come to that. I think that it had to come to that. Like, let's put it this way: if you could teach all those same people to genuinely be repentant of the harm that they caused, would you not prefer that? Right? Would you not prefer that? Right? So that's going to kill me, whatever that is. I know that's not a place I want to go. Okay. So yeah, those are a couple things on my mind. I don't really know how to articulate it very well, but also the same subject is, okay, so, the decision making of when do we step in, is this the same gosh dang thing? God dang it. When is it okay, based on what they do, for me to, be happy that they're gone, or to wish to harm them myself, type thing, right? Like, that's what people debate a lot, and so I think sometimes it's necessary. Am I happy that someone turned evil, did a bunch of hateful things, and then I'm like, yeah, you got what you deserved? I'll put it this way. This is a really relevant way to put my stance on it. I don't think it's my place to wish vengeance on somebody. And that doesn't mean I'm like, oh, I mean, I very much do think that having some level of regret that somebody is corrupt, is, yeah, I think that can be a thing. But for me, it's just a matter of who plays the judge and jury. My ethical dilemma on it is, I believe that I myself am very, very guilty of things that are just as bad and not worse than any of the things, most of the things, not any of the things we might talk about, but most of the things, if not any of the things we talk about, right? So I believe that I also deserve punishment and bad things, right? But that's also, you have to understand from that perspective, it's a matter of someone saying, listen, I believe my actions, my transgressions led to the dying, the painful, like, sacrifice someone else had to make to pay for my mistakes. And I also think that I offended a much more innocent and important person, right? Like a much more powerful, innocent, meaningful person. So then I'm like, yeah, I think I've done just as bad as a lot of people, and I would think of myself as guilty, effectively, maybe not literally, maybe more like a spiritual type of comparison. I don't know, but think of myself as guilty of pretty bad things. I think that my mistakes have caused, but again, that's from a Christian perspective. So that gives me a totally different perspective on it, because I think that my actions have led to a lot of harm. I think that my actions have led to even death and suffering. But from the Christian perspective, that would be the case. My actions led to my Savior dying for me. So it is a weird comparison, I guess, to articulate. I probably can't articulate it very well, so it probably sounds like I mean something I don't. But basically, so put it this way: you hear a lot of Christians use this perspective of we're all Barabbas, right? Barabbas, that criminal that they freed, instead of from the Christian theological perspective, they believed that Barabbas was released instead of Jesus, right? When it came to being crucified. And so then the perspective is we all believe that we share in some kind of guilt. And a lot of that comes from the theological perspective of, basically from God's perspective, that sin is sinful beyond measure, right? So Jordan Peterson talks about this very well. Jordan Peterson makes this comparison. He says, well, a lot of people can perfectly understand that, the more of an innocent, the more innocence there is to the person you offended, the worse crime it seems to be, right? Empathetically speaking, at least, or something, right? For example, if someone offends a child, an innocent child who did nothing wrong, that is considered to be much more gross or offensive of an offense. And so, well, when you believe that God is infinitely perfect and innocent of any wrongdoing, and that he sent his child, his son, to pay the price, then it becomes a very, very weighty and heavy perspective on what we are guilty of. So I don't actually think that I'm better than anybody, when it comes to my job to judge morality. Now, I do think there is a difference between acts. So to be very clear about that, here's another fake teaching that a lot of people say, and this is in Christianity. A lot of uneducated Christians teach this, is that all sins are the same. That is absolutely, anybody, even especially anybody with a decent head on their shoulders who has a secular understanding of things, can tell you, no, not all sins are the same. If I steal a pencil, right? If I steal a pencil, that's not the same as like, you know, abusing someone. You know, I agree with you completely, but you know when people are, oh, wait, I'm missing something. Yo, what's up, Elliot? What's going on? Welcome to my TED Talk while we try to learn how to play Showdown. We're gonna try and kill somebody. We're probably not gonna succeed, but hey, we got some riffs over here or something. So, I don't know. Really hard to articulate where I'm coming from. I think that the mourning or regret involved, the best way to put that, the mourning or regret involved for that, for anything involved in that, oh God, for me would be, I regret that someone turned out that way and didn't repent. I guess that's really a good way to, I don't feel happy when a bad person dies. I wish that they wouldn't have turned out to be such a person. You know, I wish that they would have repented. I wish they wouldn't have turned out that way. You know, so I can't say that there's no mourning or regret there, but it's not like probably the same thing we're talking about. You know? Oh darn! I wish they would have kept hurting people. No, it's not that. Definitely, it's not that. You know. But yeah, I don't know. I'm a weird person. You know. The eye appointment sucked. They had to put drops in, and I have googly eyes now. Oh my gosh. Well, hopefully it helps your eyes. I'm hoping it turns out to be beneficial to your eyes. But, yep. Let's see here. Oh my goodness. Yeah, we're gonna shoot that dog. Oh, what? What? That's not enough to kill you? Freaking shot from... Okay, is a headshot enough to kill any animal, or is it only people? Oh God, no. Okay. So yeah. Weird. Probably really way too wordy and really unclear. I'm not really feeling like I'm describing what I'm trying to describe very well. But I'm also weird. I have like weird empathy towards, not weird empathy towards my kids, but like I struggle very much with feelings, right? I have to wear glasses now. Oh well, there you go. You know, makes you look smart. Makes you look smart, right? But like, for example, I see my younger child, and at times I'm like, you know, in 3 weeks, I can't see stuff up close right now because of my googly eyes. Ooh. Well, you know, hopefully that gets better. I'm going to play some Call of Duty and Warzone so I can't talk. Well, thank you very much for checking in or lurking or whatever. Appreciate it. Appreciate it very, very much. Sorry, guys. That's probably a really horrible way of explaining my perspective. Probably a really, really horrible way of explaining it. Definitely very unclear. But yeah, like I see my younger child who is in more of a developmental stage during the divorce, who basically got sat in front of a TV and neglected a lot whenever, you know, she was mostly, I'm going to say it, not with me, you know, and I have no family over here. I moved to her family. I had a 1-bedroom loft apartment, like the crappiest mold infested apartment in town. All that jazz. So yeah. So my kid, a lot of times, for about 6 months or less, didn't see me as often after the divorce until I had to get evicted, find an apartment, get a new job, stuff like that. And that led to her being raised kind of. I know it seems like 6 months isn't a whole lot of time, guys, but for like a 2-year-old, 1.5, 2-year-old child, 6 months of development is, oh my God, huge, right? And so she spent quite a bit of time just solely in this environment where she was basically sat in front of a TV and neglected as much as possible. And of course, that's not going to be admitted to, but we know about it. You know, she had to go ask somebody to change her diaper who should never have been watching her in the first place because she sat in a crappy diaper, soiled diaper for so long and neglected. You know, and the thing is she's special needs, so she would fight. Guys, if you knew my daughter, she would fight. She has fought diaper changes until I found out that people have spanked her for it without me even knowing because they couldn't handle it when they snapped and, you know, spanked her. And I'm not saying that the spanking was or wasn't a problem for me. Not asking me, you know, there's somebody who shouldn't be the one spanking the child. You know? But yeah, she fights them so much that people have neglected changing her who are actually responsible for watching. She fights them so much. She would actually go ask this person who was like a stranger to her, basically, to change her poopy diaper because mom's out basically on a date, you know, while she's still married and hiding it and stuff like that. So you wouldn't believe it. A year and a half, 2 years old or whatever it was, 6 months of time of just basically being sat in front of a TV neglected. She still now is very much a much different person from her sister, not just because she's simply a different person, but because of a big difference in how they were raised from her older sister to her. And I see her turning out kind of like a little spoiled brat from how the elder household has raised her, I see it, I'm like, I don't like that, because she is not altogether just a bad child. I'm not saying that at all. But when I see certain certain things certain signs of cognizant, like conscious selfishness, or just like not caring, or kind of like a lot of just like different things that just weren't so prevalent or prominent in her sister, and I worry about that. I'm like, yeah, I don't appreciate y'all, or whoever, me included, causing this to be how she, was affected, So yeah, that same type of compassion for like how someone turns out. I regret people turning out bad too. But that doesn't mean I think someone needs to. I don't know. I don't think that means that acts of war are always invalid. I'll say that. By any means, I think sometimes even things like battle, I'll put it in a nice way, in a way that's not so political. I think things such as, combat or battle are very much at times necessary, and sometimes not. Depends on the situation. Where are they? Where are they? They're right next to us. We're gonna run over here and immediately kill this person if we can. See if we can survive around. I'll do a better job of not talking about this stuff sometime, guys. I don't usually talk about it on the streams. I got Limp on here, who's actually a very intellectual person who I'm very happy to see is more focused on like edifying conversation and actually, trying to understand disconnection than just trying to be super offended immediately that you think somebody is hateful in their ideology. I had no idea, guys, there was a lot of empathy involved in some people that I disagreed with politically. Now, I'm not saying all of them are super empathetic when they're hopping onto my thing and calling me a pig and acting super hateful for no good reason. But, yeah, I was definitely in the dark about how many people actually felt empathetic about some of the ideologies they subscribe to. Let's see here. This person's right in front of us. Oh no, he got us first. We got him, but he got us in the head. Oh my gosh, dude. Oh my gosh. I suck at this game, guys. I suck at this game. He pulled up and took us out in one shot immediately. I thought we got a headshot on him. That is not what we got. Did we exchange? There's no way we exchanged, right? There's no way at all. Oh my goodness. But oh, well, you're doing better than me because there's I completely missed that chat entirely, Limp. You're doing better than me because there's times I look at my kids and I go, I understand completely why animals eat their young. Oh my gosh. No, yeah. Yeah, I think a lot of the disconnection with people who have like different sides on certain things with ideologies or beliefs or convictions that they have is honestly being able to explain them well. I think a lot of times we can't effectively explain it. So this is one thing you run into a lot with people who are very selfish in their debate, who are not trying to understand the other person, but they're trying to prove the other person wrong, is that as soon as that person misspeaks, they hop right on it. And they don't actually try to ask or inquire as to what the principle is that the person's trying to describe, right? And that's something that any intellectual has to keep in mind, because guys, language barriers exist even within your native language. So we're all born, if we're both born in, I don't know, freaking dead center, middle of the USA, whatever it is, I don't know, Kansas or somewhere just right over in the middle. It's just as Southern English speaking as he could possibly be, right? And we talk the same way, use the same words, all that jazz. And we speak to each other. There's still plenty of room for not understanding what the other person's saying, not just based off of whether or not they're right, but based off of their vocabulary. What if they have a very poor vocabulary and they try to explain it well, but they can't? Well, you both speak English, but there's still a language barrier there. I see so many debates from people online. particularly in the comments, you know, where that's the case. They're just completely not understanding the other person, but they're not trying to. They're trying to point out, you know, yeah, different cultural dialects within the same language, educational levels, ability to understand. It's all there. Oh yeah, yeah. I used to get complimented as a kid for having a good vocabulary when we were like in third, fourth grade or what, I don't know, fourth, fifth grade, right? For saying very normal words that we were all taught together collectively in class, and I'm like, I'm gonna remember that, you know. And they're like, oh. And I think we've all at one time or another tried to say fancy words to sound smart, but that's really not why I try to practice a little bit of vocabulary sometimes. I think I have some memory struggles, so I try to remember words to help with my memory struggles. But I also think that being articulate and defined can help understand what your position is in any relationship. I can tell you, my girls definitely understand. My girls understand without a shadow, especially the older one. They understand without a shadow of a doubt that dad has talks with them, puts them time out, spanks them, grounds them, whatever it is, limits them from things, cuts them off, or puts, you know, passcodes on certain websites or certain shows or whatever for like Netflix or Disney Plus, whatever it is, right? They very well know my position of doing that for their good, you know. And that's not just because we have a perfect language, it's because they try to understand me and I try to show them that I do what I do out of care. So yeah, it's crazy to me how much people will just disagree just because they're emotional. Let me say, if you saw a special needs 6-year-old trying to tell you what they meant, you don't sit there and go, that's the wrong word, or you could have said that better, you know. You're like, okay, what do you mean, you know? I will say, dude, I am really, really bad, guys. I'm really, really bad at sometimes if I'm sitting there, you know, and let's say we all have discussions where we disagree with our spouses, right? Now, I'm not going around doing drugs. I'm not a drunkard. I'm not beating my wife. I'm not cheating on my wife. None of that, right? But so I guess I have to give that sort of disclaimer to mention that we do still have disagreements. Oh my God, right? Oh my God, just even mentioning that you have disagreements with your spouse. Oh God, some people automatically like you're a bad person. Like, okay, yeah, we very much do have, you know, discussions, and some of them are not always happy discussions. Welcome to having problems and also being married, right? You know, and so, yeah, I do have a bad habit though of trying to be too articulate, and then whenever she says something that means something else, and I take it that way, I'm like, well, that's not what you said. What you said meant this, you know, and I'm not just being like a sarcastic jerk about it necessarily. All the, you know, I can't be a jerk. I think everybody can be. I'm not going to sit there and pretend like I just on perfect control of never, ever, ever being slightly selfish ever. But, God dang, what is the point of this? Is the point of this just to hide in here and pop out and scare somebody? Is that it? Is that what this is for? Is safety and ambushing? You got something. Do not disturb. Is that for hopping into the toilet? Oh my gosh. Oh, hello. Do we have dusters? We do! Oh my God. Okay, all right. Yeah, we're fine. We're fine. We're fine. We have some dusters. God, we're dying so much, guys. It is a little jumpy when you get killed here, I'm not gonna lie. Jumpier than other games. Throwing axes, really? Oh my God. Something over there. I don't know if I like this nighttime stuff so much. Not gonna lie. Oh my God. Nope, you're gonna die. Oh. Well, this gun has some freaking punch to it. Let's go. Let's go. I think it's so funny when a parent can joke about their kids like that. That's... I can see why some animals eat their young. Oh my God. So what does this one do? I don't know what this one particularly does. We got some dusters if we see any fiery stuff. Where's the firefight thing we need to get? Is it in here? How do we get in here? What's the way in here? Oh, okay, this is it. This is the way in here. Okay. There's people nearby. That's what it means, right? Is that what it means when it's red? Is there somebody nearby? Guys, was that the red that is supposed to be when someone is close by? Let's see here. Guys, I'm getting people coming in and out so much more on this game. Streaming this today. This is my first time really doing a full stream on it. And it's crazy. It's getting some traffic going in and out, and I don't, I mean, I don't mind it. I don't mind it. You gotta accept the good with the bad. It's here and gone, but hey, we're getting people actually checking in. That's wonderful to me. I'm loving it. Literally, as soon as I said that, it dropped to 0. God dang, I don't care. I'm a new streamer. It's part of being a new streamer. I don't know if that looks funny or sad or both, but that, to me, that was perfect timing. There's no way to drop to 0 because I'm still here. The red one's definitely just immediately dropped down to 0. Oh, it's back up. All right. I hope somebody comes and picks a fight. Let's go. All right. I don't really know what to do, honestly, guys. I'm still trying to learn the game, but I'm not really learning it. I'm just shooting stuff. Throwing axes are on the left. Okay, cool. Good to know. Good to know. Are there more? Do I get more of them? No. Oh, well, that's to be expected on the red platform. Most people there have attention span of a goat just because of reels. Yeah, I suppose. I tell you what. So, okay. So I do know that there's an objective. I don't still quite understand. It just says the wellspring, and then it says, like, investigate stuff. I don't quite understand the point, purpose, or goal behind those things. I don't understand what the terminology really actually reflects or means. I know I'm supposed to follow blue fireflies. So, well, hey! Oh, hey. What's up, you little biscuit? What's up, you little biscuit? Get some, you little biscuit. All right, maybe there'll be a rifle up here. We got somebody close by, guys. There's gunshots somewhere over there in the southwest of us. Maybe if we leave these windows open, he'll come this way. And ooh, look at that. Look at that, a marksman rifle. Yeah, that's kind of what we're looking for. No. This right here. This right here. Guys, oh, God, this is such a good way to get taken out. Is this not such a good way to get taken out? Guys, I can't see nothing. Can't see nothing. Is there a way to zoom out? Is there a way? Oh, my God, guys, they can hear us? They can hear us in this game? This whole time I'm sitting here talking. How do I change the distance at which I am zeroed in or looking? Nope, that's not it. Nope. Is there a way to zoom in? Is it left stick? Nope. It just says 140 meters. That seems to me to mean that you could zero into a different distance. So how is that done? No. How is it? Guys, please tell me in the comments, how do you zero into a new distance? Yeah, but no, that's still not quite it. There's got to be a way, guys. It says that it's zeroed in at 140 meters, so at least the zeroing has to be adjustable, right? You would think, wouldn't you? Might as well shoot something. I have no idea what I'm doing. I got to sit up a little bit more. Lower spine, upper spine, lower spine, upper spine. Who cares? I'm going to get it fixed this Sunday. It's gonna get it fixed. It's been so long since I played, I couldn't really tell you. It is crazy to me Now, if I clearly know where someone's at, then I have no problem. So, do you guys ever wait it out, kind of, for someone to get the wellspring or whatever it is? The token, the bounty, whatever it is in whatever game mode? Is there a good? Do some people chill here in the like? I don't mean does anybody do it, but like, is that like effective? Even if it's somewhat for winning the game. So is that? What's that fire? Was that there earlier? I don't think that was there earlier, was it? I don't think that fire was there earlier, but I could be crazy. Okay, wellspring activated. Okay, all right, let's see here. This will probably be my last game of the stream. That's a viable option sometimes. There's people who sit there and camp and wait for one person to start it and wait for another person to start a fight after everything goes down, and then they're both and then after both are wounded, a third person moving in and kill both people. I mean, it's okay. So it's not just like, you know, get in there and hurry up and get the kill. There's validity to being sneaky and patient. There's a lot of games where that's supposed to be a part of it, and it's just not. Oh God, I was trying to switch weapons. I told it to switch. It started to switch to the dusters. Somebody's over here to my left, and then we got this person in front of us. Wellspring activated. We got 2 minutes and 13 seconds. So do you have greater night vision? You don't really have greater night vision, I guess, with the dark side. A lot of stuff going on here, a lot of gunfire. God dang, it seems like it's so far away. Come on, man. Oh, we're definitely got to go up. I actually have great night vision. My eye color is actually classified as black, so you can't even tell where my pupils start or end. And oh wow, what? No, I see good in the daytime too, and drunk and so what? That's crazy. I didn't even know that was a human thing. Oh god. I don't feel like doing this more. I don't feel like doing this more. I really just don't feel like fudging around with punching that guy full of barbed wire. We just don't feel like messing with it. All right, we got 30 seconds. The game's over. We've lost. We've definitely lost. We can't even make it to 30 seconds. This map is difficult. Oh, he's close. He's close. Do you think in 28 seconds we can just run up there and get him dead real quick? We can try, but I just feel like he's so far away that we'll be able to get there. Oh yeah, 20 seconds. Is there any? I don't understand how to even get to them. So we've lost for sure. Oh, you dead. Oh yeah, we're coming for you. Oh, we're coming for you. Oh god. It is. Oh. Oh, come on. That's game. That's definitely game. We're gonna heal just with 2 seconds of heat. I wasn't even gonna try. Oh my god, I should have. Oh, all right, guys. Well, hey, I know that I really am so yeah, basically my hands are dark brown that you can't even tell that they're brown, so they get classified as black, kind of like people who wind up with a mixture of green and blue in their eyes just look gray. Huh. All right. Well, I wish I had night vision. All right, guys. Hey, thank you so much. Hey, we got a new ending screen I'm so super excited about. Limp, thank you so much for the music for it. We will be back on tomorrow for Call of the Wild Wednesday. That's going to be for both streams tomorrow. We might do a little bit of Hunt, a little bit of Rocket League, a little bit of something else as an extra stream. My wrists are starting to improve. I just have to not overwork them too much. In some games, I can do longer than others. So thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. May 23rd, this Saturday, we have a collab going on. Awesome opportunity, you guys, for me. I'm super happy that they allowed us and even invited us to collab with Gank and Summer and Shalisa and a whole bunch of other people. So I'm going to be putting a little poster up on my screen tomorrow, next time, or something like that. Just haven't gotten around to it yet, but I'm going to. And yeah, May 23rd, 9:30 Pacific, all the way up until, you know, like 12:30, midnight 30 for Eastern. For me, it's 11:30 in Central, so 10:30 Mountain. If you guys want to show up, it's going to be an awesome, great collab of Red Sec duos. Super excited about it. But until then, you guys have a good night, have a good day, good whatever, and I'll see you guys next time I run into you on the stream. Love y'all.